大家好. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Tung from Alibaba. Great to be here today. I'm a big supporter to startup folks. I personally have had two-time experience of being a startup my own company, and I consider my job at Alibaba today as the third time to start up a new career, because there's so many innovation that we can do, so many new agenda that we created at Alibaba with the same goal to make it easy to do business anywhere in the world. And there are, as you know, many business challenges in the world today, also many opportunities. So at Alibaba, our mind is always around how do we support business to run their business in a more efficient way with better results by unlocking the power of data. So today I'm gonna just take 15-20 minutes time to talk about a pretty hot concept called new retail. Probably many of you have seen this topic on magazines or newspaper since I would say 12 months ago. When Mr. Jack Ma first mentioned this 5 news in a computing conference in Hangzhou last year. And one of the key new out of the 5 news is new retail. And that is something that we are exercising day in, day out after Jack talked about it. And today it's no longer just a concept. It's something that we are making it happen every day. In fact, some of you probably have noticed yesterday we have a big announcement of investing the #1 supermarket chain in China, Kaoxing集团, with the banner called 大润发欧尚. More than 400 mega supermarket in major cities in China are owned by this company, and we invested in more than 30% of the stakes. And it's not a financial investment, it's a strategic investment with the aim to transform the supermarket retail business with Alibaba data technology to achieve the goal of new retail. So what is new retail then? I think it all has to start from the fact of Alibaba's platform. Today, in the context of China market, Alibaba has built a very complete, very powerful ecosystem that consists of the e-commerce platform, including B2B, B2C, C2C, as you know it, Taobao, Tianmao, Alibaba.com. And more to it, there is a media metrics to it. Like Alibaba has the #1 video site Youku, and we invested in the Chinese equivalent of Twitter, Weibo, and Alibaba has the #1 GPS service, location service app called Gaode, and UC browser, 神马搜索 search engine, so on. So with all those platforms, Alibaba is able to create an ecosystem. With that ecosystem, Alibaba is reaching more than 500 million consumers regularly. So Alibaba has grown to a point that it has the capability to reach a very sizable consumer base in a very efficient way. So the data is there, the big data is there, the touch points are there. It gives Alibaba a unique opportunity to do something different that has never been done in the history of marketing before. We therefore created a system called Uni-Marketing. It is about leveraging the reach of the consumers and the use of data to model what consumer like, what consumer want, and send them, push to them the right information, right offer at the right time. So with that as the engine of, at its core, we then can actually help retail, brick and mortar retail business to transform their business offline. The whole idea came from the fact that today, e-commerce accounts for around 15% of the whole retail GMV online. And of course, Alibaba accounts for the majority of that 15%. And the rest of 85% are still happening offline in the brick and mortar world. And in the online world, the business is growing at a rate of 30 to 40% every year. However, in the offline world, we sense that many of the retail companies are struggling. Some even have a trend of declination. But generally, can we find a way to help the brick and mortar world with the data technology we have in the online world? That is the big question that we ask ourselves. Therefore, with the uni-marketing system I just described, we then look at the retail by different segments. There's supermarket segments, like Darenfa that we just invested yesterday, and Sanjiang Chaoshi, so on. And there is a pop and mom store that we look at, all the way to the tier 3, 4 rural areas. And there are also department store, like In Time. We also invested in In Time department stores. And there's also a new type of retail, supermarket retail, like Hema Xiansheng. It's a new retail that we created from scratch. So there are actually many, many key segments in the retail world that actually has different problems and different opportunities. So we basically look at different segments and have different models to help them to grow with our data technology. So what we are doing today is just take a supermarket as an example. Or let me start by take a apparel brand retail as example. Let's say Uniqlo, a very famous retail brand. They are very successful online too. They, as you know, the Double 11 just finished. Uniqlo have had a very great business result on Double 11 every year. So they are doing very well on Alibaba Tmall today, online. And they're also doing very well offline as a retail brand. But they can do even better offline. What we can do is, the old way of running retail is, we call in Chinese, 人货场. It's all about, the old way is about finding a good location. As you know, retail is about location, location, location. So location first. They find a good spot on the street, and they think about how to merchandise the store, fill the shelf with the right product, and merchandise the store in a brand adequate way. Then the store manager will wait. Every day, open the store and wait for the customer to come. So the priority is the store, then the product, then the customer. In the new retail world, we have to do it in the other way around. It's always people first. We actually have to digitalize all the footprint to the store. We have to know exactly who has come to your store, and then map the footprint, the personality, the identity on our universe, the 500 million people of our uni-marketing universe, and find more people that look like your customers, and talk to those people and try to drive more traffic to your store. So it looks like a healthy cycle, right? So because we have the data to model what people like, which segment do customer belong to. So that 500 million consumer pool becomes the asset of all retail brands, right? So in the new retail world, we always talk about how do we drive the right traffic? How do the retail brands acquire the new customers? Through our customer pool. So it's always about people first. Then you think about when those people come, can you personalize the experience at store level? Can you personalize the product store assortment on shelf? If you cannot personalize the shelf by person, at least you can personalize the store by a 3-kilometer circle. That's what 河马先生 did, right? So in each neighborhood, in the parameter of 3 kilometers, there is a lot of things in common for the people who live nearby. So at least you can tailor-make, you can personalize assortment, the experience by the people who live nearby in a circle. Then you talk about how do you make the in-store experience more exciting. As we believe it, the in-store store eventually will be a brand experience center instead of a place to sell products. Well, people can buy it on the spot and they can come back home and really order online. It doesn't matter. If it's Uniqlo, it's Uniqlo product anyway. It's Uniqlo sales anyway. It no longer matters. It matters is really if Uniqlo is accumulating more and more customer base, and can they keep servicing those customers in a better way? That's what counts. So in the new retail world, we unlock the power of data. We focus more on people. We personalize the product and make the in-store experience more exciting. So people eventually will find the fun of shopping on the street again. We all love shopping on the street, but we're getting less fun because it's always the same. What if it's different, right? There's something unique. What if it's 5 times more exciting than the website and the app when you go shopping? Then you find the right reason to go offline, don't you? So our goal is to make sure we make the retail exciting again. And it all has to be based on the understanding, the insight of customer. And those insights came only from the data. The more you analyze the big data, the more you will know what consumer needs. So you can really sense that today, the retail, without new retail concept, is still running retail the same way as 2,000 years ago. We always say it's the Roman style. Like in the old day, 2,000 years ago, you put up a store or you have a vending stand or whatever. People come and you do the transaction. But think about it. If you think open a store waiting for consumer is 1.0, the 2.0 should be a way that the experience is centered around the store manager. That's when you go to an Apple store, for example. People find Apple store a little bit different from 1.0 because it becomes mobile. It becomes intelligent. The genius can really talk to you, and really if you want to buy Apple, they have a mobile POS to help you do the transaction. Then they offer you an in-time consultancy. That store is upgraded around the people, the store manager. We want to further upgrade the experience to be the third generation. The store experience should be centered around the customer. So when the customer come to your store, what he or she likes to buy, to experience, to try, to pay for, should be all personalized. That is the new retail. When we really unlock the power of data, when we really transform the in-store experience, being a magic mirror that help you match the clothes, we have a lot of technology, AR, VR, artificial intelligence, intelligent matching, recommendation, all that. that's helping the store to become a very experiential. That's when you transform the store around the customer. That's when we as customer will find the fun to go shopping on the street. So just for today, without digging further, I think for all those Jumpstarter, my advice for you is along the line of new retail, there are a few areas worth considering for your startup innovation. One, I would say, is the in-store experience. I think it's a long journey. We have to make shopping fun. So it is technology that will transform the experience. What are those technologies that can really help you make the shopping experience a different one? A lot of opportunity, in-store experience. The other thing is, how do you provide software applications? Probably it's a SaaS at cloud level to help retail operator to run the integral system, the data-driven system, in a more efficient way. So we're looking at a lot of ERP system, order management system, customer management system to be upgraded in a cloud version in the very future. It actually is happening now. So a lot of software companies are very excited right now to embrace the new retail because it means a whole new world. A lot of SaaS opportunity for them to be able to enable the retail to embrace this new retail activity. There's more, but a lot of energy in the crowd. So I think that's probably what I'm going to introduce to you. But really keep an eye on the progress of new retail in China. Our wish is in 2 to 3 years' time from now, China's retail will be the most innovative, most advanced industry in the whole retail industry in the world. It's happening, and I wish everyone to be a part of it, at least from a customer standpoint. Thank you very much.